Hey, little potties. Welcome back to another episode of Lil Pop Stars Podcast.
In this episode, we got Zak P in the house, and he's going to be talking about his new EP, Anywhere But Here.
Yeah, so let's get it going.
Guess we're back with another episode. Tara, Sydney, welcome to our show.
Hi, my name is Zak Fam. I go under the name Zak P. I've been doing this for kind of a long time. Uh, I've been hosting like local shows back in like my house since I was in like middle school. My first band, I was in a punk band, and suddenly here I am making indie music. But it's become a huge passion of mine, and to me, it's like a glorified hobby.
Nice. And so every episode we like to start off and we do a little thing called Lil Pop Quiz. So I'm just going to ask you some questions and just answer them as fast or as possible.
Of course, of course.
What's your favorite local restaurant in Houston?
My favorite local restaurant in Houston is this place called Wanabao. It's like a Szechuan like Chinese restaurant, and I'm a huge fan of dumplings. So like they have really banger soup dumplings. It's the I know a spot place. So whenever I like someone comes down to Houston, I was like, I always take them to the same place. Same place.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. What is your favorite season?
My favorite season is the fall, actually. It used to be winter, but low key I'm not built for the winter these days. So
Yeah.
it's a lot nicer.
What is your first Nicki song that comes to mind?
The first Nicki song comes to mind is Back Burner. It's one of my favorite of hers.
What's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy is sour strips. Yeah.
What's something that instantly makes your day better?
Something that instantly makes my day better is not working. But
Yes.
no, but really just finding like a new song like on my like For You page or Discovery page, and then like kind of just inspiring just a newer song idea and melody. Yeah.
Nice. What is your go-to karaoke song?
My go-to karaoke song is Night Changes by One Direction. Yeah.
And where is your dream vacation to?
My dream vacation is, I'd say, Singapore or Japan, honestly. I'm a huge big back, so like food is like a big part of my life, and the food looks like crazy over there.
Yeah,
So
it
I
does.
would love to be there. Yeah.
Uh, well, that's the end of the little pop quiz.
Yeah, yeah.
You did great.
Of course.
So now we'll talk a little bit more like about your music. So you kind of do everything from like the producing and mixing and writing and singing. Is there one of those things that you like started out doing?
Yeah, so my first instrument was bass. Like I mentioned, my first band, I was a bassist with my sister, who was like singer and rhythm guitar. So we were in a punk band. So that like kind of taught me how to sort of play. But then I was like, might as well just learn guitar because there's a bunch of guitars laying around, and my sister knew it. So I learned guitar from there. I was super like ass for like probably 8 years, and I didn't start locking into like as of recently. And then drums, I played in a metal band for like a quick second, and I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
But it gave me an idea how to do it. And then piano just came along the way. I hate to say it, I used to be like a crazy 21 Pilots fan, like hardcore. And I go to concerts, dress up, and do the whole thing. And what I would do is I would like rip the songs from their live sets and their instrumentals and pretend that I was playing a live show, like what they're doing, like just in my head. Like I just put the backing track on and was just playing
Yeah.
the instruments. But that's like it actually kind of helped me learn, I guess, the stuff I do now. Yeah.
And your album covers kind of have a
Mm.
cool sort of variety of elements on them.
Yeah.
Are those things that you make yourself as well?
Yeah. So like when I started out, I was like, how do I release music without spending any money whatsoever?
Yeah.
So I just made all my cover art basically. And it was just a lot of just random editing and stuff. And like, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. I'm a huge fan of like certain elements and like dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I incorporate just like very simple elements. Like it definitely could look awesome, but it looks good to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just what I do, you know?
Yeah, I think
Nice.
they look cool. They're definitely like a little different than what you usually see in like an album cover.
Mhm.
And then also like your some of your lyric videos kind of have those sort of like 2D elements, kind of like the Adeline one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a cool lyric video.
Yeah, like that one, because I got super into pixel animation, so I like made like a run cycle for like just a little avatar for me. I wouldn't call myself like an artist, but like I dabble a lot with like a bunch of different elements
Right,
because
yeah.
I was super into video games and stuff. Like for the Pocket Edition music video, I like coded a game in RPG Maker and just did all the characters and I just played the game and screen recorded
Wow.
That's really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So was kind of looking through some of your older songs, and
Yeah.
you've got one called Davis Evans Has an Enormous
Yeah.
Infallible Heart, and
Hmm.
so like the
Yeah.
piano song.
Yeah.
I was wondering
Sure.
how that a journey going from that long title to like the shorter titles you have now.
Yeah. So like longer titles, like I grew up on pop punk and a lot of like emo and
Mhm.
like especially Midwest emo, it's just super long titles that don't need to exist,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Just whole sentences. And at the time it was gonna be my second song, and I was just hanging out with my friend. My friend's name is Davis. And on the cover is him and his
Nice.
girlfriend. Actually now wife, because they just got married.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
But we have an inside joke that he has an enormous something, right? And I was like, what is a way I can make like release music, but also like my friends won't take me as seriously? Because it's
Mhm.
for me, it was like it was a vulnerable part of me, and I didn't really start
Yeah.
singing or doing all that. So I was like, what is a way I can like? That's why all my song titles in the beginning are super like random and funny.
Uh-huh.
It's just so like to negate the fact that I'm actually singing or I'm making a
Yeah.
song.
Mhm.
But I just made it and I thought it was a funny title and no one's ever questioned about it. Like not even I don't think he even remembers that song's out, actually. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's great. So your EP Anywhere But Here came out this year, and we'll kind of talk a
Yeah.
bit about that. Is there a lyric that you feel kind of like captures the vibe of the EP?
I think on Superstition, like the outro for that, it means a lot to me because for me that was like the big epilogue for the entire EP because it kind of wraps together most of the references from all the songs
Right.
and that whole album was like a journey. That lyric, I don't miss you, Adeline. I just miss the things you do.
Yeah.
You were looking at the ocean, I was looking back at you. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually had that lyric written down.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful lyric, yeah.
Cause I just wanted to be like, cause the whole album is just like yearning and
Hmm.
like the twos and throws of like coming to terms with this person, and then it's just like I never really even missed you to begin with. I was just
Yeah.
in the moment and just needing something, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And would you say this project developed differently from your previous projects?
Oh, 100%. I wrote it in like maybe 6 months, 6 or 7 months, actually. And uh because at the time I just got out of a relationship that year and I was just working on all these songs and I was like, what is something that like encapsulates all the things that I like am now and things I'm listening to because I feel like my sound has changed drastically a little bit over the years. And I'm like, what is an album full of songs that actually represent me? You know, like I'm even though they may not be great, but to me, like they represent every part of me that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. And kind of like how you were talking about with Superstition, having those kind of lyrics that sort of tie everything
Mm.
together. How did you figure out like the order of the songs to make sure that like the whole kind of story comes across?
Yeah, so like When my first two singles came out, Adeline and Sincere, I already had an idea. I wanted this to be track one, track two. And as I was producing along the way, I was like, okay, well, actually, I want to open up with this one. And it was a lot of rearranging along the way. I knew where I wanted to start, where I wanted to finish. Like Superstition, when I wrote it, I was like, for sure, this is like from the production, everything, like this feels more like a good conclusion to the entire track list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I don't know if I've ever heard of a song called Houston. Do you
Yeah.
think that that would be a good like anthem for the city of Houston?
Honestly, no, but that song is about long distance, and it's so funny because I
Hmm.
collabed with someone in Virginia for that song, and when we filmed most of the content for promo, it was all filmed in Virginia. I flew to Virginia. There's a music video
That's
coming
Wow.
out,
funny.
but like most like it's because they couldn't take off school, so I had to fly all the way over there, and we filmed it and we recorded it all online, sent me the files, and I produced it, and we built the promo. But yeah, it definitely doesn't sound like Houston, but to me that is my magnum opus. It's a very funny, bouncy folk song with like a bunch of random riffs.
Somebody asked if I knew who you were. Like something would change if I had known you first. You'll ask me to stay while I sleep on the floor.
And when making this song, did it differ from other songs since you had another artist featured on it?
Yeah, actually. Like specifically how like because she reached out to me after I was running sound for her at a conference, and then they're like, "Oh, like if you ever want to collab, just let me know." And I was like, "Okay." So like the next song I'm gonna write and produce, I'm gonna like produce it thinking of like this artist in general. So I wanted to
Hmm.
sway in a different direction, and honestly, the first demo was so bad. It was like super like country like pum 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 like whatever, right? But it ended up gelling together like when she laid down vocals and like I was like, I see the vision. I was seeing the vision for it. Yeah.
And is that's Ryan, right?
Yeah, oh, it's Ren, yeah.
Oh, Rin.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think I saw, are you gonna do a show with her?
Yes, yeah. So she just announced that today. But she reached out to me like a month or two ago and for their next upcoming releases and I was like, of course I'm down. Like I'm down to come to
Yeah.
Virginia and just play and we can
Nice.
actually sing like our song together because I've been playing it so much and singing the girl
Yeah.
part and it's terrible. It's terrible.
I was lost by the sea. I was trying to be, but I'm not. Should I call her again? I just don't recommend all these thoughts.
So you have a song called Season Finale.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there will be like a series finale or
No.
just just this season.
Honestly, so no, because I actually did that intentionally.
Yeah.
Like my last album, the last song I think was Unskippable Cutscene, and I think it's just funny to have like you're an album when you're listening to it, you're basically watching a different season of an artist's life or
Right,
their whole
right.
process, right? So series finale is probably when I quit, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Mhm.
maybe in a I don't know, whenever, but but there will be
Mhm.
Eventually.
eventually.
I thought that might be the case.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad I wasn't just insane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, so Superstition, I love the kind of like
Mhm.
magical almost sounds that
Yeah,
you have in
yeah.
there. Um, you also say in the song that you don't believe in
Hmm.
superstition,
Hmm.
which I wondered, and I feel like there might be a few lyrics that like throughout the project that are maybe like a bit like sarcastic or
Hmm.
ironic. I didn't know if that was the case for that one or if there are any lyrics that are a little bit like intended to be sarcastic.
I mean, yeah, like that song, and it feels like hypothetical. I know what you call it. It is hypothetical. It's also contradictory sometimes. Like this person is super into astrology. This person is super into like, and let's say our star signs don't align, or
Yeah.
or it's not meant in the cards. But at the same
Right.
time, I'm saying, well, I don't believe in whether it's wrong or right to be together,
Mm-hmm.
but I do believe in like, I guess, intentional feeling. Like when you're with someone, it's like you kind of just know. And that song is just painting how I'm just a naysayer. I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. But also, as a yearner, I also am super superstitious and be thinking that I always get along with Sagittariuses. So yeah.
Perfect. Before we get to our next segment, was there
Uh,
anything else about Anywhere But Here that you wanted to share?
um, yeah, like to me, that whole album, or I guess EP, is kind of like not just like a love letter to like the person I was before or like what I went through, but also to like my friends and family who's like supported me along the way. Like this one was a lot more collaborative. I had people just obviously like listen and then give me more edits and details about like what direction I wanted some songs going. And obviously I had a real cover photo. Yeah. Shout out my friend Caden.
Yeah.
It just means a lot to me. And that's about it.
Nice. And I know we did kind of call it an EP. Do you refer to it as an album?
I refer to it as an EP. Like
Okay.
technical terms, like I wanted to release like 7 songs, but 6 songs is technically an EP. If it's seven, it's an album. No, but yeah, so I just call it EP. Yeah, it works.
Nice. Okay.
And now we're going into our next little
Uh-huh.
game called This or That. Choose your favorite child.
Hmm.
So I'm basically just going to list some songs. You just say which one you like better.
Okay.
Okay. Next Time or Adeline?
Oh, you just my 2 favorite songs on the thing. I'm gonna give it to next time. I'm gonna give it to next time.
Okay. Next Time or Houston?
Man, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it to Houston. Yeah,
Okay. Houston or Season Finale?
Houston.
Houston or Superstition?
Superstition.
Okay, and finally, Superstition or Lose?
Um, I'm gonna still give it to Superstition. Like, yep,
Okay. Superstition is
yep.
the winner.
Nice. I love how intensely you were
Yeah.
feeling about those. It's clear that you care a lot about all the songs.
No, it's because I'm like, oh, Rin's gonna kill me. I'm just kidding.
And you have so many songs, but outside your recent EP, do you have a song that you would say you're most proud of?
I would say it'd be "What If We Never Mind," or "Parking Lots."
Nice. And you're by the time this interview comes out, your new song, is it called Plane, right?
Plain, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that will be out. I didn't know if there's anything about that song that you wanted to share with the class.
Um, yeah, for sure. I've been sitting on that project for probably a couple months now, and
Hmm.
I really want to change a little bit like the direction I've been going with music. And so like when I came up with that guitar line, it just kind of clicked for me instantly. And for me, I feel like there's like a trilogy of long distance songs if as of recent, and I think this is
Yeah.
like a good like middleman in between. But
Nice.
And do you have any other like smaller artists you want to highlight?
yeah, I want to shout out my girl Rin, my goat.
Nice.
Like literally, I met them in person for like one day, like, and just because we were at a conference, and then instantly, like, we hit it off. She's just so extremely talented, and her production's amazing, and her team and people are so great. And when I went to Virginia, it was like the nicest thing ever. And she just released a song called Boy. It just came out and it's going crazy right now.
Yeah, we'll check out more of her music for sure. That that was all the questions that we have, but is there anything else about your music that you wanted to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, I guess something I'd share is like when I started making music, I started making music for myself.
Yeah.
Because at first I was so afraid of like whether I'd sound bad or my friends would find out and make fun of me and think I was just a SoundCloud rapper or something, right? Um,
Yeah.
so like that's why I didn't even put my last name in it. It's just it's just Zak P.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but like I'm at a point where I'm actually extremely proud of where I've gotten. And even though these songs may be like terrible and not everyone may like them, like to me, they're like my favorite thing in the world. Even though I always think
Yeah.
I can make better, but like I don't know. Like I have a very unique sound for sure. I don't have like the best sound, but it's very representative of me.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, to prove that, I had my last two Spotify Wrapped. I mean, I don't use Spotify anymore, but my last two Wrapped, I was in my top 3% of listeners, and I'm always my that's why I never
That's
post my Wrap
amazing.
each year because like because I
That's always
listen to
you.
my music.
But thank you so much for talking to us.
Yes.
Dude, of course. Thanks again for having me. I guess goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice talking
Bye.
to
It was
you.
nice talking to y'all too.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Lil Pop Stars Podcast.
Make sure you go check out Zak P's EP Anywhere But Here and his brand new song Planes.
Period.
See y'all on the next one.
I wish I made a mistake, but I didn't. And you're a million miles away. Should've gone on that plane, 'cause I've always